Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to the Bookworms Buddy. It is time for Tackle My TBR. So, again, this last week I finished 2 books. Not too bad. I think I found that balance. So let's just get started. The first book that I read and finished last week was Kingdom of the Cursed by Carrie Maniscalco. This is book number 2 in the Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy, series, whatever it's going to be. I am not sure. I really did enjoy this one a lot more than I enjoyed the first one. It's not that the first one had bad writing or anything like that, but I feel like this one is filling in some holes. There's a little bit more drama. Emilia's character is really coming together. I still haven't found out a whole lot about Victoria. It only unlocked some more questions. So, I don't know. We'll see where this book is going to go. One of the things that I really liked about the plot of this is that the character took the 7 deadly sins, which is wrath and pride, lust, envy, gluttony, what did I miss? Greed and sloth. Okay, those are the 7 deadly sins. I know I learned about them when I was younger, going to church. I don't know if you guys have read about the 7 deadly sins or learned about them or what have you, but she takes these 7 deadly sins and she turns them into demon princes. And that is what forms our characters. And there's really not a whole lot of characters to even, you know, remember, which I like that as well, because you got Emilia and Victoria, which are the twins, Nana, who is their grandmother, their parents, and then these 7 demon princes. There may be a couple staggery characters, not some that you're really going to remember all that much, but you learn a lot about these demon princes, these 7 deadly sins. There's some of them that I have not run into yet reading this book, so I'm sure I will meet the other ones in the 3rd book. We'll see what happens. But I ended up rating this one 5 stars because I really liked the drama that was added. I really liked the action, the things that are happening, things that she's figuring out. Even though there's more questions that get posed, you still are learning some stuff. Not a whole lot about Victoria yet, and that was the reason why I only rated the first book a 4-star, because I didn't feel like I knew who Victoria was. And at the end of this book, you kind of see a little bit into it, but not a whole lot. So we'll see. Like I said, I rated this one 5 stars. I'm looking forward to the 3rd book, and I don't know if it's going to be the last book, but I hope that answers a few more questions that pop up. So yeah, there's that one, Kingdom of the Cursed. The second book that I read and finished last week was called Sometimes I Lie, and this is by Alice Feeney. I'm going to start off by saying this was not a favorite. As I told you before, Alice Feeney does tend to write in different perspectives, and normally you know who you're reading the story with at the time. But in this one, I don't feel like I knew who I was following, and it made it very confusing. I liked the plot line, which is this woman, she's in a coma in the hospital. She is aware of people around her. She can hear them. She can't speak, move, open her eyes, any of that. But she's fighting to find out what happened. She finds out from her husband and her sister, who have a conversation in her room often. And she found out it was an accident. Well, if you're reading a thriller book, you automatically figure out from the beginning that it was no accident. right? Something intentionally caused that accident. And you figure that out right at the start because it is a thriller. It is by Alice Feeney, so you know that it's going to be something along those lines. Lots of drama. I love the plot, but I don't feel like it was executed well. I feel like it was a little sloppy, and it was confusing for me. And I felt like there was a lot of questions too. I had a lot of questions, and they didn't get answered. And I feel like she was writing it, and you're reading it, and you feel like you know who you're following, and it ends up it's not who you're following, and it just made it really, really confusing. And generally, I love different perspectives, but this one was dated. This wasn't, oh, this is her perspective or his perspective. This was now and back then or what have you. And the way it's wrote, I think she's trying to steer readers into thinking one way so that, you know, the big shebang can come and just, you know, knock us off our feet, you know, and the twists, maybe the twists will be better that way. But really, no. I just felt confused. So I only ended up rating that 3.5 stars. And I really enjoy Alice Feeney's writing. And the writing was, you know, the writing was good. It just, I don't feel like it was executed properly. I feel like it could have been written to be less confusing. Maybe it's just me, but yeah, it left me feeling very confused. So I didn't like that. But there you have it. 3.5 stars. If you've read this book, you know, I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts were on this book and how you felt, because, yeah, I just feel like I finished the story with a lot more questions. I just wasn't quite grasping, I guess, because it seemed like all over the place. But anyway, yeah, that was Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney, 3.5 stars. If you've read it, let me know so I know what your thoughts were on that one. And then I picked up, you got it, Kingdom of the Feared by Carrie Maniscalco. This is the 3rd book in the Kingdom of the Wicked series. And I'd really like to know if any of you guys know if this is just a trilogy or if it's going to be a whole series. Let me know in the comments, because I'd really like to know what I'm going to expect in this book. Is it going to be the finale? Is it just leading us to more? I don't know, but I'm really enjoying this series a lot, and I've only gotten to page 15. I read the very first part 20 years before, so I read that and then got into the story a little bit. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be taken off right from where the other one left off. So far, we'll see where it goes from here, and hopefully I continue to enjoy this series or trilogy or whatever it's going to be. I really hate when it's a letdown at the end. But yeah, so that is what I finished the week off with. Didn't get very far. Just picked it up last night. So yeah, there you go. But that's what I read, you guys, last week, and for the most part enjoyed what I read. If you guys have read any of these books, let me know down below. I'd really like to know your thoughts on any of it. But that's all I've got for you today. Thanks for staying tuned, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.